Be more selfish. Yes, be more selfish. Instead of common advice to be less selfish and think more about other people, I'm telling you to be more selfish. Why it's important to take care of your own needs first before you think about other people. We're going to dive into this in this episode. First, I want to welcome you to the Conscious Manual, where I talk about helping you to love yourself in order to love your life and become a conscious creator of your reality. Now let's dive into what it means to be selfish and how I was taught, or most people were taught, what it means to be selfish. Don't be selfish, it's negative. You only think about yourself. And I was always raised like, okay, so I shouldn't think about myself. I only can think about other people. Thinking about myself, giving to myself what I need is a bad thing. How can you see how that's just mixed up? And well, until, I don't know, not that long ago, I had it backwards. So what I did and how I was raised, and probably you were raised as well, that you had to put other people's needs first. You had to think about someone else first before you can think about yourself. Now, why is this problematic? If there's a situation, somebody needs your help, and you actually don't have time, you don't have the energy, but you feel obliged to because you don't want to be selfish. You don't want to think about yourself. You don't want to take a nap when someone needs you. So you go out, you help your friend, you feel very drained, you're not at your best, you maybe snap out. That influences the other person, your friend, negatively, and it makes your situation worse. And your cup becomes getting emptier and emptier and emptier. This all stems back from most of the time childhood. People who were taught not to be selfish were taught to be people pleasers, to not have boundaries and give your power away. It's better to please someone else than to please yourself. And that pours out in every single aspect of your life, in all your relationships, where you put other people's needs first. Doesn't matter what I need, as long as the other person is happy. And that's a never ending cycle, because that person will not be happy in the relationship because you're not happy in the relationship. And you fuel on each other's unhappiness. In your career as well. If you have a job and you want to please your boss, he's going to step over your boundaries because you don't have any. You're going to grow resentment in your job or in your business, same thing. In your health, if you think about other people first and your health, like, oh, I'll take care of how I eat, how I exercise, how my mental diet, how I think about myself. I'll take care of that later, until you start to go downhill. This all stems forth from being raised as a people pleaser by stating being selfish is negative. It just boggles my brain to think about that. How twisted we have it. So now let's flip it in the right narrative. Being selfish is a gift to yourself. You've heard this before. You can only pour from a full cup. You can never pour from an empty cup. Fill your own cup first. So that means to take care of your own needs first. When you feel tired and someone asks something of you, you go take care of yourself. I can't come tonight. I feel tired. I don't even explain why. If your boss asks you to do something and it doesn't feel right, you speak up. You state what you need. You take care of who you are and what you need first. And then whatever someone else needs comes later, second place, because we're going to change the hierarchy. You maybe at the bottom or second place, whatever it was, we're going to put you on top. On top of the list, where you set yourself first. This pours out in every single situation of your life. You stop pleasing other people and you start pleasing yourself. As well as the classical one, when there's an emergency in a plane, the oxygen cap comes out, you need to put it on your own face first and then put it on other people's face to help them. Because what happens if you do it on the other person first, you're gonna faint. And then you can't help anybody anymore. Think about this. How can you best serve humanity? When you're feeling depressed or when you're feeling happy? When you don't have money or when you have a lot of money? When you feel unhealthy or when you feel healthy? This one. And that's where you're selfish, which is amazing. Be selfish. Be as selfish as you can be. Because in your best state is where you can help other people the best. So whenever someone asks something of you, you actually don't want to do it, but you feel you need to or you should, that's your stop sign. What do I actually need? What do I need in this moment that I can give to myself? And if it feels right, you can help the other person, but only when it feels right for you. I mean, you're not neglecting any need that you can give to yourself. So let, through this video, your narrative of being selfish flip and be as selfish as you can. And not in the way as like, oh, I'm going to destroy other people and don't give a fuck about them and being in a narcissistic world. No, because that's the other extreme. It's the healthy middle, where you're not neglecting yourself and where you're not abusing other people and taking advantage of them. It's you in the middle of your frame, filling your own cup, and when it's overflowing, you can give the rest away. Because there's so much flowing out of you that why not give it away? There's so much there. There's an abundance, there's an overflow. But it all starts with filling your own needs, filling your own cup, giving yourself what you need first. I can't state this enough because it's so overlooked. It's so normal in the world to think about other people first and then think about yourself. And if everybody does that, nobody's happy. Because they think if they care about someone else, if they take care of someone else, the other person will be happy and that will make you happy, which is a never-ending cycle and never works. You don't become happy because of someone else. You become happy because you're happy. Happiness comes from the inside, from meeting your own needs and not from the outside. So whenever you feel the pull to help someone, check in first. Is there something that I'm ignoring within myself? Is there something that I need to give to myself first? To make sure that you're not escaping to something uncomfortable or maybe something comfortable that can arise that you don't want to see. And if that's taken care of when your cup is full, by all means, go and help. And there are situations like emergencies or whatever that people need to be taken care of first, obviously. When someone has an accident, they don't go there like, I'm thirsty, let me go home first and have a drink. I'm sure there's a rational image in your mind of like, okay, I understand this. When a situation happens, then I act, and in other situations, okay, most of the time actually, what's happening within me. Okay? I hope this message landed perfectly for you in whatever way it needed to. I wish you a brilliant day. Be selfish today and the rest of your life. Love yourself to the fullest of your capabilities. And remember, you are epic. Ciao, ciao.